You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're asking for a whole lot. You're asking for a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? And so because of that, that's why I say, like, for me, I'm just hoping that even though the Cowboys do have a lot of faith in the
Mic check.
defensive coordinator, who I absolutely love, I just want to make sure the nation has faith in him. Because it's gonna take some faith from the nation to have faith in him too. You know what I mean? We about to switch up. Let me go to this next one right here. All right. This is another quote from yesterday's from this is another quote from yesterday's press conference with your head coach, B. Schottenheimer. He says, Coach Brian Schottenheimer on how he feels they're positioned at 12 and at 20 in the first round. Now he said he's not only mentioning the now Nick Harris said that the head coach was not only mentioning the possibility of trading back, but was also talking about the possibility of trading up. So Ken, I want to know, man, what are your thoughts about the Cowboys trading back or up? What's your thoughts?
I'm all for trading back. I don't know if I really like trade up unless it's like Arbel Reese or somebody. I guess Sonny Styles. I'll make that exception for. But I don't think we're in a position where we can just be trading up unless it's just like that guy. I'd rather us just trade back and then get a guy, get a couple picks because we only have like one day two pick, and then just have more just more darts to throw because we need them, man. We only have like 8 draft picks, I think, this whole draft cycle, or whatever. So if we can get more cracks at it, that'd be great.
Mike, what are your thoughts on the Dallas possibility of the Dallas Cowboys trading up or trading back?
I'm good with either one if it makes our football team better. But I was watching Mike Fisher earlier, and there's no way we're going to get up to get Arvell Reese or David Bailey. Those guys are going to go in the top three unless we're willing to give up picks or draft capital from next year. So if one of those good players like, Sonny Styles or Caleb Downs falls to like 8 or 9, you don't have to give up as much capital. Then I'm willing to trade up with somebody that's ahead of me, like Kansas City or the Dolphins or maybe even the Browns if they're willing to do it at 6. But to get in that top 5 for like, Arvell Reese or David Bailey, I just don't see that happening realistically.
Okay. Okay.
Plus, next year we're going to have a lot of edge rushers. Next year, they said next year's edge class is a lot deeper than this year's. So,
Hey, we got my boy Dwayne Brown over on TikTok. He says, our Dallas Cowboys have been cooking this offseason. I'm definitely proud of what they've been doing. I heard that. Prez658 Bonita, what's up with you? Appreciate you for typing in. Cowboys T. I know there are a bunch of, she says, Cowboy says, I would wonder to trade up how much and who we're going after. I would only trade up for a great corner. Okay. She says she's down to trade. That's King Cowboy. I'm sorry. King Cowboy said he's down to trade up for a good corner for one of the corners. Um, Cowboys T says, see, this is the real West Coast Cowboy. There's a fake profile with more followers, someone faking. Yeah, they are. They faking and shaking over there. So make sure y'all don't follow that profile, whoever it is. You know what I'm saying? And this is the real West Coast right here. That's why I wasn't even on TikTok like that. But then I was like, man, I gotta get on TikTok because they getting wrong information from the wrong person. You feel me? And they putting it under my name. So I can't have that going. Kenneth says, strong Arkansas in the building. Hey, I'm from El Dorado. What up with you? Lee, my boy Lee right here says, let Shotty draft and let Jerry call the players. I heard that. I heard that. So Ken, you on there?
Yeah, my bad.
All right, did I already get your thoughts on the Dallas Cowboys trading up from 12 or 20? Oh, no, I got yours first. If I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Hey, but I'm going to tell you another thing. It says, I'm going to tell you another thing. I'm going to tell you guys another thing that kind of like disshovels me a little bit is when I start seeing my head coach saying stuff like that, like the owners be saying, you know what I'm saying? Like this statement right here, Jerry's always this Jerry is never afraid of making deals. Like, listen, Jerry's never afraid of making deals. The only problem is He's always afraid of actually pulling the button and actually dropping the hammer to do it. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like we're always talking about deals that we could have had and should have had. I don't know if Jerry's really doing that or not. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if he's really doing that or not, but I know they tell us he doing. I hear more. I hear more. What's up, Mr. Wilson? I hear about more deals that the Cowboys didn't do. You know what I'm saying? Than the Cowboys did do. You know what I'm saying? I do know that for a fact. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely tired of hearing about deals that the Cowboys did not do, and I would definitely like to start hearing about some deals that the Cowboys did do. You know what I'm saying? What's up with you, Mr. Wilson? He said, "What deal should we do? What deal should we do? What's a deal out there that you guys have heard that you want the Cowboys to do? Let me know.
Like draft wise or like,
Draft wise, free agent wise, let me know.
I mean, they need a linebacker, but they can probably wait till after the draft. Um, I don't know how. I don't know how if they're willing to like give up draft picks in this draft to go get a linebacker, and they can just probably wait till after the draft, worry about next year's picks.
Mike, give me some. Mike, my boy Ken said that he wants getting a linebacker, obviously. So that's a good thought. That's definitely a deal with Def Cowboys need to do. Mike, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think Overshown. A lot of people are, he's been with the Cowboys for 4 years. I know he's been hurt a lot, but him and Shamar James are the starters right now. So
I like
if you
that.
bring, yeah, I don't like that. So I think you need to bring in a veteran, man, honestly. And if they can't do that, they need to go, for Jacob Rodriguez or Sonny Styles, or like you said, get one after the draft. But I'm probably drafting linebacker anyway, just because we only have three inside linebackers on this team right now. And so I wouldn't even mind if they double dip. Let's say Sonny Styles falls to 12 and Jacob Rodriguez is there at 20. I get them both, if I had to, but if not, I'll go number 12, get, McCoy or, one of those corners, Delane, because Deron Bland's foot, we don't know about that. And we don't know about Siobhan Revelle. And a lot of the hints that they were leaning towards today is uh, that Siobhan Revelle, they don't want him to be the starter. They want someone else to be the starter. That's why they brought in Bryant or Durant and the other guy, because they don't quite trust um, what Siobhan Revelle did for us last year.
Okay, that's a good point. That's a good point. And they said that on an interview today.
Yeah, and they're also still looking for a nickel. So Caleb Downs would be in play. McNeil Warren would be in play. But that guy's got to be able to play both positions, whether he's a corner nickel or a safety nickel. And we that's why we brought in the guy that we brought in from Arizona. He can play that safety nickel. Now they're looking for someone that can play that corner nickel. And we gave up what's the guy's name we gave up that they miss that used to play in the slot? Lou.
Oh yeah, yeah, Lewis, Jordan Lewis.
Yeah, they really
Jordan Lewis.
regret getting rid of him. And Deron Bland doesn't want to play in the slot. They want him to play on the outside corner.
Yeah,
So what does that leave left? I mean, Siobhan Revelle, they don't trust him there. And so that's why they brought in this other guy. So I think drafting somebody would definitely sharpen this team.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy that the Cowboys are saying stuff like they're not secure with Siobhan Revel being a starter because shoot, I'm not okay with it because I don't know this dude, and it's like I'm tired of players. I'm tired. The Dallas Cowboys is the only team in the NFL where people be getting starting jobs just because they're the next man up. Like I've never heard that before in my life. Like this is a performance based business that we are involved in here. This is a performance based company that we work for. It means basically your performance is going to dictate where you go and what you do here. That's how they even get into the draft. But then you get all the way to the NFL, and then guess what? You start getting stuff handed to you. Like I don't think just because we drafted you and you're the next man up, you should be a starting defense, starting anything in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like no one on this team, and in my opinion, has shown anything to make me think that without them actually playing a full season, that I should be looking at them and be excited about them being a starter. None of these dudes are. Because if you're looking at Siobhan Revel, you're literally looking at his tape from college. And I'm sorry, tape from college 2 years removed from college means nothing to me. That's like me sitting up and My boy Ken talking about, one of my wife's friends say, "Oh, you have a friend that's a cute friend that's single," and I'd be like, "Yeah, I got my boy Ken." Then I show him a picture of him when he was 12. She gonna look at you like, "What? Yeah, this is the most updated picture you had." Yeah, man, he was 12, man. He was 12. He older now. He got a beard and a mustache and everything now. You know what I'm saying? Bro, like it don't mean nothing to me. It doesn't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? We can show them your prom pictures. We ain't trying to see nothing. They want to see a current picture of you now, of you right now. You know what I'm saying? Or we're not interested. And that's what you don't have from Siobhan Revel. That's what you really don't have. That's what you really don't have on anybody. You know what I'm saying? At the cornerback position, let's just be real. You don't really have that on anybody. You don't have that on anybody at the cornerback position.
Not
You know
at
what
the
I'm saying?
NFL level, but D'Angelo Pons ran a 4.2 today, or wasn't it? Like a 4.26 or something.
That's cool. I mean,
Yeah, he's only 5'8" though,
what's his
5'9".
like? I
But
mean,
he's feisty, man, and
yeah,
he played for the championship team, and then uh, the same thing with McCoy. He ran a 4.38 today or yesterday, and so all those questions have been answered, but we don't have any tape on him for what, 2 years now. So I mean, the talent's there. It's just depending on whether we want to develop them. And like we said, we're in the DAC window. We're not trying to develop players. We want players that are ready now. And I think that Jacob Rodriguez could be ready now. I think someone like Sonny Styles could be too, because he's going to have these veterans around him, um, at the specifically the linebacker position, to where he can succeed. But a corner is a whole nother ball game, because you got to know where you're at, know what you're doing, or we're going to look like we did last year, lost. We got to have these players in there that know what they're doing, have experience in it, and can come in now and play at that nickel position and play at that cornerback position.
Absolutely. And you got to remember, it's like the cornerback position, like not no, like they're supported by safeties, and then at the same time, it's like I don't really know how good my safeties are gonna be. So it's like your insurance needs insurance. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't, you can't have one without the other. But I put it to you like this: if the Dallas Cowboys did have some type of legitimate pass rush, the Dallas Cowboys, I think everybody would feel a lot better about whoever's playing that corner right now. And it's almost like you need to protect one of them. You need to protect one of them. Like you need to give someone the assurance that they're gonna have the tools to do what they need to do. Because you're basically just asking for new pass rushers to get pressure and for new corners to be real corners, and that's a whole lot, man. It's like you got rent due. I mean, what are everybody think of the three bills that they gotta pay? The three bills that you gotta pay every month, no matter what you do, you gotta pay these bills. That's probably your rent, where you stay, your car, and then some food, right? That means the three things you gotta, whatever you pay for food, you know what I'm saying, or electricity, right?
yeah, yeah.
Now think about this. What if I told you, okay, I'm gonna give you a scratch it to pay your to a scratch it to pay your rent. I'm gonna give you a lottery ticket to pay the other one, and then I'm gonna give you a bingo ball to pay for the other one. Like, bro, it's all chances. Like now, get me wrong. In ping and bing bong, I mean, in bingo, you got more chances. Why? Because there's only about 50 balls that's rolling around in that little thing. But in other ones, it's all a chance. And then my question is the biggest thing is you're really taking a chance that all these are going to hit in the same year. Like if that's the case, we need to stop doing cowboy content and we need to start doing lottery content, because you got a better chance of hitting that lottery with that map than you do of all eight of these dudes being what we think they're going to be.
Yeah, definitely. Jerry Jones said he still wants to get that rusher, someone that can go in and rush and get to the quarterback, that we don't have that yet. And we have 10 cornerbacks on the roster right now, but only 3 linebackers. So in my opinion, if one of these guys don't stand up and we don't draft a corner, we're definitely going to have to trade for one in the near future.
Well, I think Corday is going to get like I think right now I think your outside corners are going to be Corday and Deron Bland, which it's crazy because the Cowboys paid Deron Bland like he's a nickel corner, and now they're moving him to the outside, which is funny because we all know that nickel corners back they knock out they stop at about 12, 15,000 million a year, where a outside corner can be like Diggs, be 20, $24 million a year. So I'm gonna be honest with you, I think Bland moving outside has more to do with his paycheck than his skill set.
Exactly.
Well, the Shazier got or was the guy that got paid for the Houston Texans that was nickel corner, like 30 million a year.
I don't know.
Here's a linebacker.
Who?
Uh,
Not Shazier. No, the other one. The other for Houston Texans, the corner. Huh?
Jalen,
Petrie? No.
Yeah, I ain't
Somebody
heard of.
got paid.
you talking about Stingley? You said corner. My bad.
Oh yeah, Stingley. Yeah, Stingley just got paid. He's a nickel corner, and he reset the market just here recently. I think
Let me see what.
he got like 30 million a year, didn't he?
He's a really good corner. So
Yeah, Derek Stingley. Yeah, I think just because of how well he played last year.
All right, so he got Derek Stingley signed a 3-year, $30 million. Let me see. With the Houston includes 25 million guarantees. His average salary is 30 million. Contract with reconstruction. Let's see.
But other than that, there's no one that even comes close to that. I
They got
think
him listed.
J. would be like second place. He got like 10 million a year.
something like that.
Yeah, are you sure he's a slot corner too? Because they got him listed as an outside.
Yeah, Stingley's an outside corner.
He's an
Is he?
outside corner.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay. Well, I thought he could play both for some reason. I heard a show saying he could, but I don't know.
I mean, he probably can, but and his agent is David Magaluda. So he
Oh,
got Micah.
Mogetta.
Yeah, Mo Getter. He got like Mo go get it. You know what I'm saying? And that's Micah our agent. If you
Did
trying
you
to get
see
that,
how Jerry's trying to cut out the agent again?
I mean, you always want to do that because you got to remember athletes aren't nearly as smart as agents, but athletes think they are smart as agents. So there's more chance for you to come up, talking to someone who thinks they know what they're talking about versus talking to someone who actually knows what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So if I was an owner, I'd be trying to cut them out too. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be trying like, yeah, come to dinner. You don't need to bring your agent. Leave your agent at the house.
Hey, T. Higgins did it for Cincinnati because they were having some of the same issues because of Chase. They have Chase. So Mulugeta was his agent, and he fired him. T. Higgins did, and the Bengals rewarded him right for it, but he just cut the agent out of the deal, and I haven't heard no complaints from T. Higgins.
I'm gonna tell you like this: I wouldn't tell any Dallas Cowboy player to go to Jerry. The Bengals is one thing, but you was not about to go shadow box with God. No, that's what we're not about to do. We're not about to
Yeah,
sit up here and think we know as much as Jerry Jones, because Jerry Jones is for sure the Patrick Mahomes of contracts. He is for sure the Tom Brady of contracts. Like he's done over 1 million contracts that he's won on, and players didn't necessarily win on, but you do what you're supposed to do, and you'll get your money. But yeah, you're not gonna go shadow box with God and think you're gonna come out on top. What up with you, Lou Takes? Hey Lou, come over on Facebook. I got a link for you. Come out on Luke say. So yo, this is the next one. It says Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer acknowledged that linebacker is a need, especially based on the numbers they have from a personnel standpoint. As you potentially added some, as for potentially adding someone, we've got firepower going into the draft, and we're not done. We're always open for business.
24/7,
24/7. He sound like a
365.
sound like they, what's up, Tiffany? Sound like they be listening to a bunch of it literally sounds like they be listening to like commercial jingles and then it's going to and then just relate them. Like he was listening to a Motel 6. The Motel 6 came on right before he went live. Like, oh, but what I want to know, Ken, what's your thoughts on on them admitting that yes, linebacker is a need and that they got firepower? I would think. Listen, they only talking about 12 and 20 because the third round pick is not that's not considered firepower. So they talking about second. And he might as well have said we have a second. I mean, we have a 12th and the 20th overall pick, and we still have potential for adding somebody. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, yeah, I mean they have to add somebody. I mean, they literally forced to. So I mean, they're just kind of telling you something that they already know. Um, they're probably gonna draft a guy, a young guy, because we're probably gonna trade for somebody who's only gonna be here for like 1 or 2 years. So I'm hoping that they go out and get a veteran and just kind of let the rookie learn from a bit for a year and then take over the reins. Whether that's Jacob Rodriguez, whether that's Trotter, whether that's the kid from Cincinnati. Um, we just need somebody young. Yeah, but I don't want them starting day one. I don't want
In
them
a
to be the Green Dot day one.
in a perfect world, Ken, what are you doing? What are the Cowboys doing for you at middle linebacker in a perfect world?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, the, all the good linebackers are kind of like hung teams right now. But trade for a veteran, I don't know, just whatever Patrick Queen or whatever, somebody Jordan Brooks, if you can do it, um, and just draft a rookie like Jacob Rodriguez or something like that, and just let him just learn from a vet. I don't want Bobby Wagner; he's too old, but another vet.
Not even as an on the job coach.
I mean, yeah, if he wants to, I don't know. I guess it just whatever the Cowboys can do, if they can give up like a seventh round pick or something, then yeah, come on, Bobby Wagner. You
He a
know.
free agent. You ain't even got to get up. He a free agent
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
yeah, he's a free agent. Yeah, pick him up. But I don't want him. I don't. I really I want somebody younger because I don't want. He's old man. I don't want something to happen to him and then my rookie got to go in.
I feel you on that. Because I'm gonna tell you, with the Cowboys, that is our luck, bro. That's what
Yeah,
happens to us.
exactly. Yeah.
Like we'll literally go get an OG coach, and then he'll trip on the way to training camp practice. You know what I'm saying? And he now your rookie is exactly the starter. You know what I'm saying? Hey, appreciate you, Anthony Winters. Appreciate you over there on TikTok. Hey, Mike.
Yo, yo.
Hey, your head coach just says that he acknowledges that the Cowboys there is a need at linebacker. So you know what that means? That means they did not do everything they were supposed to because you only have needs unless you only need something when you what? When you freaking need it, right? So the Cowboys
No doubt.
didn't do what they needed to do, and that's why they have a need. So he said Schottenheimer acknowledged that linebacker is a need, especially based on the numbers they have from a personnel standpoint. So that means they need somebody. As for potentially adding someone, this is what your head coach said. He says we got firepower going into this draft, and we're not done. We're always open for business. What is your thoughts on that?
So I like what Shoddy had to say. He said, really, we only need two more players. We need a middle linebacker and we need an edge that can rush the quarterback. So if I'm the Cowboys, I am trying to go get a veteran. I'm trying to get the guy from the Dolphins. I'm calling them back and saying, hey, we'll give you this third round pick and maybe some draft capital from next year. That way we keep our first round picks. Or like I'm going to pick Bobby Wagner if I don't want to give up my draft picks and I'm still drafting a linebacker. Because like he said, but he's old, so I would go get Jacob Rodriguez at pick number 20 and let him learn, from him, So Bobby Wagner, Jacob Rodriguez can kind of maybe split some of the time up in different packages so that he can learn. And then once he's built up to enough to where they feel like they can let him rip and he's playing good, then let him take over the position. And yeah, man. Or just draft him and let him play from day one and let him learn. Throw him to the fire, and he'll eventually learn. I think Jacob Rodriguez, the reason why they want him, he's the smartest out of all of them. He's got it up here. If you watch the way he reads and reacts and sheds blocks, and he's got Overshown beside him, man, that's going to be a good duo. And
Yeah, and
so
he's also the oldest out of all the linebackers
I
too.
think I think they're planning to either get corner or edge at 12. And then if something's there that they don't like, they're going to trade back. Jerry Jones said he's down to trade up or trade back. So that way we maybe get a second round pick. That way maybe we can wait to the second round to get Rodriguez and we can get a corner, a linebacker, and um, a corner linebacker and an edge. So that's the goal in the draft is to get those three positions.
Okay, and then my thoughts on this is, well, acknowledging that they need a linebacker, it makes me feel like why haven't you guys tried to do anything or even brought in someone that could possibly do it? Because like right now we don't have like a plan B or C. It
Oh,
feels
they
like
did say that Thompson could be the red dot, the safety,
yeah,
since
but I'm not. Yeah, but I'm not trying to have no safety be no like red dot no more. I'm not trying to have my safety
right.
calling plays like that goes against basic football knowledge. You know what I'm saying? The Cowboys are always trying to be in they always trying to be um what was the word I was using earlier today? They trying to be like what is it?
Innovative.
Innovative. But listen to me, you're not being innovative by eating a hot dog sideways. You're just
But
being
but I
simple.
don't I, I don't think it's over with the Dolphins. I think they're still gonna try to work this out up until the draft.
Yeah, I believe so too. But I'm just saying, like, I don't want. Whenever the Cowboys got a dumb idea, they always call it being innovative. No, it's not. You're not being innovative. You're just doing something stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like they eat a hot dog sideways, and they're talking about they invented something. No, you just look stupid. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it looks like when you have a safety calling plays when a safety is the furthest person from the damn defense. Like, how is he calling plays for the defensive line and the dude's 14 feet from 15 feet from him? Then if I'm listen to me, and then if I'm on a smart offense and I know that your safety is calling plays, I'm just gonna run false plays in front of him. I'm gonna have him stretched out on the left, have him stretched out on the right. You know what I'm saying? Safeties and corners don't call plays because they have other stuff to worry about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that just goes against normal football mindset. And then another thing we be doing is like our safety that called plays, he'll be playing in the box basically like a what? Like a linebacker. So go get a damn linebacker then. And then you won't have to use your safety as a linebacker because there's no way you have a free safety that's backing up and breaking out in coverage, calling plays, telling the linebackers where they're supposed to go.
I'm
It's
just glad that the
impossible.
Cowboys are doing their due diligence. They're trying, and I think our linebacker is going to be really good this year, whether it be Jacob Rodriguez or we get lucky and we get Sonny Styles. So one of those two are going to be on our football team
Yeah,
here in
but
about
Sonny
3
Styles
weeks.
and I know middle line. I don't want Sonny Styles as my middle linebacker. I don't listen. I don't want nobody coming to the NFL to be something that they weren't in college. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the main thing. I don't want them trying to because then like just like with Micah Parsons, they thought Micah Parsons was going to be a middle linebacker.
No,
Gronk out.
Sonny Styles was middle linebacker.
Where I'm talking about a true middle linebacker in a like a
Right, you
true
want a veteran. Yeah,
like
ideally we want a
I'm
veteran for
talking.
sure.
He ain't even got to be a veteran, but he was not no.
Sean
He was
Lee.
not. Yeah, he was not no middle linebacker like a Sean
CJ
Lee.
Allen would
Yeah,
be CJ Allen or Jacob Rodriguez are your choices in this draft. Then,
they
if you
would be
want somebody,
true linebackers,
yeah,
not playmakers. True linebackers. Like their first mindset is to slap a defensive tackle on the butt and tell them to go left. You know what I'm
CJ
saying?
Allen will do that all day long.
I say this.
Go
Uh,
ahead.
I don't want them to go in and be like, "Oh, we need to take a linebacker or whatever." I want them to take BPA because when you draft for need, that's how you end up with Mozzie Smith. That's how you end up with Taco Charlton. So instead of focusing on we need this position, let's just take the best player available and then let's
Yeah,
figure out linebacker later.
true.
Because then, hey, if you take, but we got to remember though, whenever teams draft, they never technically take best player available. They take best player available by need. If they need it, then they take it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
that's why we need to get the guy from the Dolphins. Because let's say that Jeremiah Love falls to 12, or he's right there at 10. They really like this Jeremiah Love guy. So I know
Yeah,
we need defense, but best player available, or even the Kenyon Sadiq, or even that tackle from Miami if he falls to 12.
or
Kenyon
20
Sadiq, that's the tight end, right?
From
Oregon.
Oregon, yeah, but I'd rather have
I ain't
that
gonna lie.
guy, that Magoya from Miami, the tackle. That would
Hey,
solidify our offensive line.
I actually like the tight. I actually like the tight end from Vandy better than the one from Michigan, the one from England,
Oregon.
for Oregon, Eli, and he got better. He got better stats.
Is he a 30 visit? I think I
He
seen
Are you
it.
talking
was
about
Eli,
Showers or
yeah,
whatever,
Eli Showers.
or something like that?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like Stowers or something like that. I think it's
One of-
STOW.
He's a 30 visit, so he might be at play.
Now I don't know about him I don't know him about at 20
you can get
concerning.
him in the third round at our third round pick, probably
And that's hey, listen to me. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. If I can get a player like that in the third round, I'm okay with that.
for sure.
Simply because like look where they drafted Jason Witten at. I mean, the Cowboys have not yet. They've never. I don't think the Cowboys have ever invested a first round pick into a tight end. There's a couple positions I don't think we've ever drafted that first round pick, and I think tight end is for sure one of them. I don't think we've ever drafted a tight end at first round. I mean, we got Jason Witten in the second round, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? So he was on the same bus with Tony Romo coming in. So it's like like I would if I had to go get a tight end, I definitely don't want the dude from Oregon seems more athletic, but I know Oregon don't never put out no really really good running back, so that means he ain't really had to do no real pass blocking, no real run blocking or anything like that. I like the kid from Vanny, had over 800 yards. If you look at his career, every season he got better. You know what I'm saying? He plays in a real conference that's gonna have to have him out there pass blocking and even some type of run blocking. So I mean, and I think in the third round, I wouldn't mind doing it. It's not a. He's actually one of the kids that I made a video on. I said I don't care where the Cowboys draft him. I don't know how the Cowboys gonna draft him, but this is a kid that I wouldn't mind having on my team. And that's the tight end from Vandy.
Oh yeah, he's a deep threat too.
And I mean, that's what the Cowboys need too. Because I mean, let me see if I got this Cowboys type room up. Yes, this is currently your tight end room right now. Trash.
I like Spanford.
Everybody likes Stan Ford because of what we think he's gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
He's a good blocker, you know.
But you can always upgrade. You're right.
But I mean, but even Stan Ford 26, Ferguson 27, Shoemaker 27, Prince Frank 27. All these dudes are not necessarily older, but we don't got no young youth in there. You know what I'm saying? And none of these dudes are really like a guy that can really press that safety, man. I mean, press that linebacker, make that linebacker really get out there. You thought Jake Ferguson was. You know,
Especially as much as teams run 12 personnel now, you know.
Oh yeah, he's a 30 visit. I just looked it up. Eli Stowers. Yeah, they yeah.
I will look at him in the third round.
they got him as the second best tight end, so I don't know if he might make it to the third round.
Well, who's the other guy that's really good though? That's what
City.
was his name for? But Baylor.
Oh yeah. I forget. I know who you're talking about though. I know exactly who you're talking about.
He's the one I was thinking of, but he'll be in the third round. The one that from Vanderbilt, he's probably going to go in the early second.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, but
Because the Oregon, I mean the Oregon kid, I know a lot of people just like his athleticism, but he don't really got the stats to even say that he's a first round pick. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be really watching. I mean, everything about Oregon is always fast though, so I get it. You know what I'm saying? When they think about Oregon, they think if you're playing for Oregon, you're probably like a Kyle Pitts, like more of a wide receiver getting down the field, but at the same time, I need my tight end to be a tight end when he needs to be a damn tight end. You know what I'm saying? Because these
uh,
guys right here, and I'm gonna tell you, all these guys up here have some weight on them. 240, 250, 270. Stanford is a huge mother. This dude is damn near a goddamn 30 more pounds, and he's a left tackle, bruh. Stanford is freaking huge. 6'4", 270 pounds. That is ridiculous. That's damn near LeBron James almost.
Kenyon Sadiq ran a 4.39 on the 40 in the combine,
Yeah, I believe
and
it.
he's 241 pounds and can run 23.24 miles per hour, and he had a 43.5-inch vertical.
Mm.
Wow, that boy, he is athletic, like you said.
Yeah, he is. Let's get to some more of these slides. All right, Brian. This is another one. He says, Coach Brian Schonheimer mentioned the nickel slot when asked about needs on defense. So those are two needs that they said they have needs on. They have needs at nickel that they admitted, and then they have needs at middle linebacker. He expands on the point here and mentions that the plan is to keep cornerback Deron Bland on the outside. We feel like he can shut down a side of the field. My thoughts on this is first off and foremost, if you have needs, clear needs, you are not even eligible to go to the draft because we should not be going into the draft making, with needs. That's what free agent. You have a whole 2 months before the draft even gets here. You should at least go in the draft with no needs. So you don't absolutely life or death don't need anything. And if you guys notice how they literally created they filled one hole and created another one because they moved Deron Bland to the outside, which filled the hole of Diggs and his $20 million. You know what I'm saying? But then you created a whole nother hole at the slot position. You know what I'm saying? So it sounds like whatever corner they do go get is gonna probably be a slot. And I'm
Avion,
a, and you know,
Avion Terrell.
do you draft the slot corner at 12 that high?
I don't grab him at 12. He's more of a 20 guy. Plus, he um he did something where he got hurt, but it's not like a major injury. I think it's just a hamstring. So his 40 time was like a 4.6
Jeez.
he normally runs like a 4.3, but he pulled a hammy, I guess, the first time he ran it. And so, but the guy, if you watch his tape, dude, that he's feisty, man. He's like J. Lou but better. But you take him at 20, um, not at 12.
Yeah, slot corner is on the field probably about if there's 70 plays, a slot corner gonna be on the field half of those plays. That's why you don't typically draft them, in the first round high like that because they just don't play as much as an outside corner. And I'm gonna tell you this right now: if the Cowboys draft a guy at 12, your ass is gonna play outside corner because you're probably gonna be better than Siobhan Rebel. And that's just being honest with you. Any corner that the Cowboys draft in the first round will probably be better than everybody on your team outside of Deron Bland, and they're healthy. So I don't see how you would, if even if you drafted a guy at as a nickel corner, I can almost guarantee you he's going to end up playing on the outside on the simple fact that he's better. Now, something else that I have a problem with this, I ain't got too many problems wrong with this statement, but something that kind of irritates me a little bit is the fact that the Dallas Cowboys all of a sudden think that Deron Bland is a shutdown corner. Like,
Well,
where the hell?
last year he was coming off of the injury with the foot, you know. So if they can get that foot thing figured out, cool. But if not, we might trade him, or he might not be here next year.
I mean, Ken,
So
what's your thoughts on Deron on this breaking
praying
news
for
of
the foot, praying
this
for the foot.
this breaking news? Even healthy, man, even healthy, Deron Bland has never been a shutdown corner.
Uh,
Yeah, they kind of put him in. They kind
the
of put.
record breaking year is the only year when he had the 12 picks or whatever.
Yeah, but that don't mean you're self. That don't mean you're. I mean, think about this. Diggs had like 8 interceptions one year, and they dogged him for it. But they never called him a shutdown corner
Facts.
because interceptions can be almost interceptions in 2027, 2026. They're damn near almost a team stat just because of the pressure that you're getting up front. Guys gonna put that ball out the air a lot bit faster when they got a Micah Parsons humming down their neck.
Facts.
That's why we need that pass rusher, man.
Ken, what's your thoughts on Deron Bland being labeled as a shutdown corner?
I don't like I said. I don't think he's a shutdown corner, but they're paying him so much money that he kind of they kind of has to be. So they put themselves in a position by paying him that money. So he's probably gonna be outside. Plus, I don't really know what CP wants. Um, like the guy we might draft might end up being that nickel spot, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to say right now because we don't really have the draft picks yet. Then I'll be able to answer that question better. Just because I feel like it's kind of a question mark until after the draft.
What are your thoughts on the Cowboys going into the draft with actual needs? Them saying they actually need something. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah, but I really hope that they don't like reach for linebacker. That's what I'm worried about most. If we can like, I mean, if it's like Sonny Styles or just like literally the best linebacker in the draft falls to us, and take him. But I don't want us to like reach and like have to take a linebacker at 20 just because we need it. Like I really want us to just draft pure, like he says. Like I want us to just take the best player available.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's almost impossible for us to be able to do that when we have clear needs. Like to be honest with you, we need two linebackers, and we really need we need two linebackers and two damn corners. To be honest with you, keep it real with you.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't know if they're gonna take McCoy just because they've been adamant about not taking like players who are hurt, even though he like had a good pro day yesterday. I don't know if they're gonna take him. So if they're in that position, then I don't know what they're gonna do at 12. And
I
so
like it though because it's going to make other players slide up if he gets picked in the top 10 by somebody. You know, let's say Kansas City takes him. You know, then that's going to push up other players up the board.
you hope you do. Like I said, like this is we don't know. Is there gonna be somebody?
Well, there's only so many. Somebody's got to fall.
I know, but you never know. Every year we could look up and it's like, oh my gosh, that dude went there. Really? They drafted him that high? So we don't know. Ruben Bay might fall to us at 12. Like we literally have no idea. But I don't know. 12 is kind of weird. Just kind of how I'm looking at it now, without knowing who's gonna trade up and just it's just kind of weird. I really want to trade back and just get more picks. To be honest.
Ideally, yeah.
All right, so these are a last subject before we get up out of here, man. So these are the free agent edge rushers and pass rushers win rates that are available right now. You got Jadeveon Clowney, Matos, you got Joey Bosa, Fowler, Derek Barnett, Hassan Reddick, Tyjon Lewis, Cal Van Noy, and Dwayne Smoot. I want to know out of those groups, it's crazy because two of the dudes on there are
Cowboys.
top four former Dallas Cowboys that was on this team last year.
I'm not really feeling nobody on that list, to be honest.
There's nobody on here you give a flyer to.
I mean, they've already kind of said Jadeveon Clowney, that door is closed. The way Jerry was talking about him yesterday. I
Hey,
don't know.
enlighten us on what he was talking. Give us a synopsis of what he was saying about Jadeveon Clowney, because that's actually some news to my ear.
Oh, you didn't see it? They posted it on Twitter. It was like a clip of him talking, and it's basically him just saying like, "Hey, we kind of." He's basically not like a scheme fit, and we're kind of moving past that. We kind of moved off of him, which I mean I understand.
Yeah, because Miles Garrett's coming, man.
Facts, facts, facts. All right, hey, Mike, what are your thoughts on the names that are on this list?
I mean, out of all of them, of course, Clowney's the best one, and he looked really pumped the other day in his interview, saying, "Hey, man, I can." He even said to the guy, he said, "I can play in 3-4. I can play in four, whatever." He said, "And I'm going to prove everybody wrong, but it doesn't look like they're going to bring him in, man." So either they already got plans, because that's what Lando on the Lando show was saying. He was putting context clues together, and he was saying he thinks the Cowboys already have a plan. They're just not telling us yet, and they're not showing our cards because the draft's coming up. And in case these trades don't go through, we got to have this capital. So, yeah, man, it's going to get interesting. And speaking of that, we're going to actually be in our in the Frisco at the Star for the draft this year. I got a plane ticket, and Ken's going to meet me over there, and we're going to go to the Star for the draft. So I'm excited.
Yes, sir. So y'all gonna be there for the first round. That's gonna be dope.
Yeah, we'll be there day 1, day 2, and day 3. So all weekend. So if you're in the area, man, and y'all want to hang out, just holler at your boy.
All right. So we got a couple comments. He says, "Remember, it's April Fools." He says, "For some reason, the of two quarterbacks can be picked, we'll get our guy." And that's a good point. Because there are a couple teams that need quarterbacks, and there are a couple teams that aren't literally trying to wait till next year to go race for what's the boy Archie Manning. So I mean, if two quarterbacks is basically, everybody's saying we have the 12th overall pick, but we really got the 11th, because for the most part we all know that the Raiders are going to take a quarterback right out the muscle. You know what I'm saying? So the more quarterbacks get taken, the more quarterbacks and offensive players get drafted in front of us, the more opportunity you'll actually have of getting one of those defensive players to you. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can get two quarterbacks drafted before you, that means you're at pick 10 now. You can get a couple offensive linemen to get drafted, then guess what? Then you're at pick 9. Then you can get I'm sorry to say it, but I feel like a running back is gonna get drafted. Jeremiah Love's not there. Guess what? I mean, you know what's really gonna be there that you're really gonna have your prime picking of?
Receiver.
Yep.
Receivers.
There you go.
Yep.
Yep.
And we might get one.
I'm not tripping. If they take Carnell Tate, I'll just have like a badass like receiving room offense. Our offense is gonna be scoring 50 every
I
game.
like that Cooper guy from Indiana too,
And
man. That
guess
dude's
what?
a
Hey, and
beast.
they had him in as a 30-30 visit too. If I'm
Hey,
not
the guy
mistaken.
from Indiana, Omar Cooper Jr., bro, he reminds me of Megatron. He's lanky and fast, and I think he runs like 24 miles an hour, and he's like 6'4", 6'5".
He might be a late first, early second round pick.
Yeah,
And
that
I think
Omar
I think
Cooper Jr., some people have him rated higher than Carnell Tate on their board.
who do
So
you guys think is the best receiver in this wide receiver core? In this wide receiver, this right here.
I guess Tate.
I disagree. Go
All right,
watch some tape on Omar Cooper.
all right. This is what Bucky Brooks from the Cowboys put out. He says his number one receiver in this group is Jordan Tyson. Number 2 is Carnell Tate. Number 3 is Chris Brazell. Number 4 is Malachi Fields, and number 5 is Denzel Boston.
Mm,
Yeah,
what
these
is?
receiver
These are
class.
wrong. These are
Yeah,
old. He's got to be. He's out of his mind because what's his name? What's his name from USC is not even on there, or Omar Cooper.
yeah. I think Omar Cooper's a late first, early second round pick. I can see him on day 2.
Yeah, probably so.
Okay.
I mean, out of these, Carnell Tate would be my pick.
Now Carnell Tate was on the same. He on the same team as the big receiver that's coming out next year, right?
Jeremiah Smith.
Oh
And
yeah, Jeremiah
and
Smith
so
is
then
better than all of them.
okay, so then I'm not taking Carnell Tate then. You kind of just salted my water.
Jeremiah
Yeah.
Smith's gonna go top 3 next year, probably, or top 5 for sure.
Now he's gonna go like probably 2. Probably it's gonna be like Archie Manners, quarterback 1, and him 2. Probably
Yep.
has to play out, which helps a team like us out. I mean, hopefully we're picking like in the late 20s, early 30s.
Shoot,
But
hope we picking 32. Hell
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. Facts. So yeah,
Well, our pick. Well, yeah, that would be true because the Jets get the better of the picks, and then we get the worst of the picks. So if we win the Super Bowl, we'll have 32.
and I
Yeah,
have
that's why the Cowboys need to really go all in this year, because at the end of the day, as much as I love Quentin Williams, I don't want to be giving them next year the 11th overall pick. You know what I'm
that.
saying? You're gonna be sick. You're gonna be sick, and you know what's gonna happen? The whole nation's instantly gonna turn on Quentin Williams. instantly, bruh. Once
Yeah,
they
if Green
realize
Bay
what it,
sucks next year, Green Bay
yeah,
might suck next year because they're not going to have Micah at the first of the year, and they traded away their two best defensive linemen to us. So
Hope so. I hope they suck.
yeah, I hope they suck too. Shoot, I also hope that the Denver Broncos go ahead and sign Aaron Rodgers to a 1 year deal. Why not? You know what I'm saying? That'll
that
be.
ain't happening.
Hey, I would love for it to happen. Let Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert let them deal with them for a year.
Hey,
And
I
on the
let Kansas City could sign him though because Pat
they
Mahomes is
they
hurt.
well they got the Patrick not Patrick
Oh,
Mahomes.
Justin Fields. Yeah,
They
they
got
got
Justin
Justin
Fields.
Fields.
You know what I'm saying? But man, I would love for the Denver Broncos to get him. I would love for it. You know what I'm saying? Because it offsets everything that's happening over there. You know what I'm saying? That'd be
Yeah,
a
they
good
just
little
got
thing.
too much going on with their starter right
Yeah,
now.
Bo Nix broke his ankle and he broke it in January. So who's to say he's actually gonna be ready to
Oh, if
roll in
he ain't ready,
September?
yeah, that'd be a great idea.
He said he was gonna be ready for training camp. That's what Twitter was saying. I don't know
Yeah, I
if that
mean I
was
believe it, but I don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? I
I
believe it, but
mean,
I
that
don't.
would have been a good fit though. Yeah, I mean, he would have, but he went to Pittsburgh. You know.
Mm-hmm. Well, hey man, before we get up out of here, man, y'all got any final words?
uh
Yeah, I'm really excited about this draft and what it's going to do for our team. And if we don't get Max Crosby or Miles Garrett, I think Dallas is going to get Ruben Bain or one of these other pass rushers that we can get, Sam Howell or somebody, and or they'll wait till the third round and pick him up. That guy from LSU, what's his name?
Barrel Perkins.
Perkins. Yeah, Perkins is pretty good, but or who says we can't trade for him later on in the middle of the year, kind of like we or after the draft, like we did with
George.
Georgia. And actually, I'd rather do that if we can go in and get our linebacker and corner. Let's say we go get Delane at 12 and at 20 go get Rodriguez, and then after the draft call up Cleveland and say, hey, we'll give you next year's picks for Miles. That would be a recipe for success.
Yeah, that'd be stupid to do that though.
Yeah, they. I don't think they're gonna.
Yeah.
I don't think they would do it either.
That's why the head coach job.
If
Time
you, yeah, if you gonna give away Miles Garrett, you want picks right now.
Or if we just offer him number 12 for Miles Garrett and next year's first, and then at number 20, get our linebacker, Jacob, we'd have Miles Garrett and Jacob Rodriguez.
oh no,
Boom, boom.
we need at least 3 first round picks.
Yeah. Oh, well, 2028, it'd be down the road. They're
I
trying to expand it for 5 years. So,
first two.
huh?
They probably going 12, 20, and next year's first minimum.
Well,
Yep, because they got like 12 picks in next year's draft.
This
well,
is defensive player of the year. How about that? Just let you just fleece them.
if
Yeah,
somebody offers me
and he's
two
an
first for George Pickens, I'm doing it, and I'll go get Carnell Tate.
Offensive player of the year 2 times. Miles Garrett is like one of the best edge rushers in this like generation. Like you don't.
I just want him on my team. I don't
Yeah,
know
so
how. I don't care how we do it, but I just want him on my team because could you imagine that defensive line with
yeah, they
Kenny?
could. I mean, there's you could give them literally the first and the second round pick. Go get Miles Garrett. Give them something from next year because it's gonna take 3 picks to get him for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because you look what you got for Micah Parsons, and we would all agree that he's better than Micah Parsons. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely,
So so it's gonna take a deal bigger than Micah Parsons, right?
absolutely.
So you would probably have to give up 2 first rounds. You would give up 12 and 20 from this year, and then you call Miami and give up your third round pick for freaking Brooks, and we're ready to roll, bro.
Or give him 12 and give him our kicker Aubrey, and
Nah,
No,
then
no,
give
you
him a
can't even
next year
give him.
pick.
He's not under contract. He's not even under contract.
Or Deron Bland, Deron Bland,
Ken,
and
let
then
him. Hey,
draft a
Ken, what are
corner.
your thoughts, man? When we get up out of here,
yeah. Just take BPA. I'm not into any particular player. That's how you get hurt because we didn't draft the player that people wanted. So just take BPA. That's all I really care about.
best player available.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm the boy West Coast Cowboy, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. My last thoughts on here is, man, I just don't. No matter what we do, let's not have no needs going into the draft. You know what I'm saying? Because like
So,
when your mom goes to the grocery store and there's certain things that she needs to get. Guess what? All that extra little stuff that you want, you ain't getting none of it. Don't even put it in her basket. You know what I'm saying? But whenever your mom, the only time you used to get Snickers and candy and stuff like that was when your mom went to the bank. I mean, went to the grocery store and she already had groceries. She already had everything she need. So then, guess what? You can then slide your candy bar in there and get what you need. You know what I mean? Hey, Cloud, and hey, just to go. So that's my thoughts. And then secondly, yes, I'm all for drafting a quarterback this year, but there's no quarterback in this draft that's going to beat out the quarterback that you have, and there's no free agent quarterback that is available that you can go get. So if you want to get rid of Dak Prescott, be prepared to go 1-16. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest with you. No real. I'm okay with drafting a. Listen. I am never. I am always okay with up draft with upgrading any position. I don't give a damn what it is. I'll upgrade any position. But we're not just gonna play a guy just so we can play a guy. That we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm okay with drafting a quarterback. I'm perfectly okay with it. But I'm not okay with drafting a guy and then playing him because we want him to be better than what we have right now. No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, Cowboy fans are just spoiled. They've been spoiled by consistent quarterback play for almost 20 years. So
And 10 of those years was Dak Prescott. So
yeah,
They
that's all
said
I'm saying.
that quarterback from Arkansas. Have y'all seen him? They said they
Cunningham,
compared him to Dak. They
mm,
said he's like a bigger, more athletic Dak Prescott
talking about Cunningham.
from Arkansas.
Yeah, I think you're talking
Yeah,
about Cunningham.
yeah,
I
he's real. I wouldn't
Man,
mind getting him in the fourth round.
yeah, I wouldn't mind getting him either. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just telling
And
you, if
Jerry's an Arkansas guy, so he
if
might get him.
if you're starting a quarterback, a rookie quarterback, or anybody outside of Dak Prescott, because you got to think part of the reason why we was able to win 7 games last year is because we had the number one offense in football. So imagine if you didn't have Dak last year, bro. You're winning. You will probably be picking number 2 right now,
facts. Yeah,
like literally number 2.
yeah. Joe Milton's not saving us.
Not
Oh
all.
yeah,
And Sam Howell isn't either. That's why I say, man, people be like, oh, what is your thoughts on the backup quarterback? If either one of them is playing, I'm talking draft talk. That's what I'm that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? As soon as they say Dak Prescott is going down for the season, here comes Dallas Cowboy 2007 draft talk. Where are we going? To the lottery. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the delta between everybody. Listen to me. There are starting quarterbacks that I wouldn't even replace. I wouldn't replace Dak with. Quarterbacks that
Hmm.
are starting right now in the NFL that I would not replace Dak Prescott with. Nothing. I mean, I wouldn't. Why? Because he's better than him. Dak systematically had the best season of his career. The only problem is it didn't translate to wins. But I'm going to say this like I always tell you guys. If you worked at your business, guess what you know? That you know that there has been months where your company sucked, but you still came to work and did your job, right? At a very high level, right? And you still got paid, right? Okay,